Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. As you can see from the title, I am going to be sharing my keto journey experience with all of you. Everybody is different. The advice that I want to give to everybody before I start this video is to always consult your physician before you start any diet regimen. Find out what are the risk factors, the positive and the negatives. He knows your individual health and what things you have going on in your body, and if it's worth it, if it's a good or it's a bad thing for you as an individual case. Does he support it? What does he think about it? All of this stuff. And like I said, because he knows your health and has your file, he knows if this is the right thing for you. And then another thing is to do your research. Just because you have a friend or family member, you've seen it on the internet, that this has been so successful for so many people, which is what I heard with the keto diet, you definitely still want to do your own research. You want to know what it intakes, what it involves, if this is something that you're strong enough to do, if this is something that's going to be able to be a life experience, or what's the word I want to say? It has to be a lifestyle change. It can't be just a temporary diet, because once you go back to your old habits, you're definitely going to gain the weight back, if not even more weight than you even started with. So that's the thing. It has to be a decision where it's that I want to change my life. You know, I want to make my health better. I want to make, just things better. But like I said, top advice, consult your physician before you start any diet regimen, and also do your research. You can consult with friends and family to see what their personal experience was, and just take all that in along with your research and consult your physician. You should be good. I personally had a friend and a daughter who did it as a dual team. They started last year, January 1st or January 2nd. And she lost at that time, which was in August, because she was at my wedding and we were talking about it. She had lost 70 pounds and her daughter lost 100. So I thought, wow, that was like an 8-month period. That is amazing. That's pretty much the kind of weight that I need to lose. I haven't always been a heavy set person. I don't consider myself hugely overset. I always was known from my doctors to be a big boned person, that I'm not going to be skinny like everybody else, because skinny for me may mean, having health risk. Like anemic and all this other stuff. So as long as I'm living a healthy lifestyle and stuff like that, I should be good. I shouldn't want to be, because this person is skinny and this person lost this much weight, I can do the same. Each person is different. You know what you're able to be strong with. You know if this can be a lifestyle change or this is something that's going to be temporary, because I've done so many diets and it started off really good and I was successful to a certain point, and then it just didn't work for me, or I couldn't continue it. I wasn't strong enough to continue it. Things like that. So everybody's individual. And so this time I really wanted something that was going to stick. I don't want to play games anymore. I don't want to do the yo-yo dieting. I just really wanted something that was definitely going to be a lifestyle change, and that I knew that I was able to stick with or give it a good shot. And so that's why I did my research on keto. Plus I, brainstormed my friend and her daughter's experience, and I consulted my physician. So those are the main important things. And at my wedding day, I was so happy. I had gone through a health crisis, and I was just so happy to be strong and healthy the day of my church wedding. Me and my husband have been married together for 30 years. We have been married for 27, civilly by a judge, all that stuff. But our dream of a church wedding wasn't able to happen until this past August. And so it was a dream of ours. And so I had, almost, or pretty much, I was like bedridden. The pain and the condition that I was going through was so severe and so horrific, that my prayers and my dream was just to be strong and healthy, even if it was just for that day. And God was so good. I was. But my friend was there, and I was able to brainstorm with her, and I saw her, how she was so thinner and looked so different. And I saw a picture of her daughter, because her daughter didn't come to the wedding, but I saw the picture of her daughter, a before and after. And so I was like, wow, my health is pretty bad right now. I had a back condition, and I had shoulder condition and stuff like that. And I had some arthritis, even though my arthritis has been good for the last year and a half or two. But every now and then it'll blow up. And so I thought, the weight doesn't cause these conditions or my pain, but it certainly didn't help it. And so I needed to start there and do something about it. So right after the wedding day, I decided, okay, as soon as I get ready, let me get started. So I decided to start the keto diet on September 6th of this past year. I was at my top weight. I haven't always been overweight. In fact, most of my life, I had a really good body. You know, when I met my husband, I was 119. I was 24 years old. I had already had a child, and then I had a child with him that first year. So most of my life, I had a really good body. I had the curves, you know, the butt, the boobs. I had, you know, curves. I didn't have that stomach, stuff like that. But through the years of having children and different health conditions and having to be on medication, I started going up and down. I would gain a lot of weight and then I would lose 80, 90 pounds. Keep that off for 4 to 5 years. Gain weight, have that on for 2 or 3 years, lose 80, 90 pounds, go back down. So ever since I started having children, my weight started being yo-yo, going up and down, going up. You know, and I wasn't a big eater. I was just maybe a bad eater. So that was my fault as far as not eating the healthiest choices or the right choices. But at the same time, pregnancies, you know, stuff like that, medications that you have to be on for certain health conditions does affect your weight. So all that together made a mess. So I was at my highest at 307, and I always said that I would never allow myself to go past 300. Never. When I saw that I got on the scale and it was 307, it was so frightening and so shocking. You know, you kind of, part of you is not that shocked because you know you haven't been eating, you haven't been living a healthy lifestyle, and you haven't been making the best choices, and you kind of let yourself go a little bit. And but you're also shocked because that was something you said, or I said, that I would never go past 300, and here I was at 307. And I know there were a lot of people heavier than me, but it doesn't matter what other people are. It's a matter what I'm comfortable with, how I feel about myself, and how it's affecting my health. And so, yeah, that was a shocker and really, really scary for me. And I did notice, as the doctors were mentioning to me, you know, your weight has not caused these conditions, is not causing the pain, but it's certainly not helping it. And if you could get the weight off, things will be a whole lot better. And so I thought, okay, so I did a lot of praying. I said, God, I don't want to do yo-yo dieting. I don't want to give up. Please help me find something that's health-wise good for me, that's a positive, not a negative, that helps me more than hurts me. Help me to find the right diet, and that I could be strong and I could still stick with, give me that willpower, support me all the way. So I uplifted myself in prayer. Believe it or not, God has to be involved in dieting as well. So yeah, so on September 6th, I said, this is it. That was my starting date. I was at 307. My current weight is 266. So I've lost a total of 41 pounds. So yeah, so I'm pretty proud of that. My goal weight is 100 pounds. So I got 60 more to go. And I was hoping that by March I would have that 100-pound weight loss. I might not make it by March, but soon after, hopefully I'll make that top goal to at least lose that and keep that weight off, and because I've made this a lifestyle change. So yeah, so that's where I'm at, and I'm going to show you some pictures right now of before and after. So you just saw some before and after pictures. So I hope you can, oh my God, I hope you can see the difference. It's really weird for me because people kept telling me, oh my God, you lost so much weight. Oh my God, you look so good. And I wanted to see what these people were seeing. I knew I was losing the weight because of course the scale doesn't lie. And of course I could feel it in my clothes. I had lost like 5 dress sizes. And so I kept having to buy clothes. So I figured I'm not going to buy any more clothes until I completely lose my weight as much as I can. I might have to give in and buy a couple of things here and there. But yeah, and I wanted so bad to see what these people were seeing in me. And I think because I was at that weight for a good while, I mean, I had reached the max of 307, but I was treading up to that weight for a good while, that I'm used to seeing my body the way it was. So I can't see the change unless I make a drastic weight loss, like maybe the 100-pound weight loss. And all I knew was the scale was telling me that I had lost the weight, going down in dress sizes that told me I was losing the weight, and the people confirming it. But I really wanted to see exactly what they were seeing. So I'm starting to see that now. And I wasn't really taking before and after pictures on purpose. I should have been documenting every little detail as far as before and after pictures. I wasn't. I just felt like I could go back and find them and compare them to present pictures, and that's what I had to do. And then I saw, wow, I see the difference now. So that was really happy moment for me to see that for myself. So yeah, so you just saw that. So I'm going to give you as much information on my experience and some ideas and show you some things that the keto diet incorporates. What are my favorites? What is positive about this diet for me? What has been negative for me? I have blood work that I took because I wanted to see if this was really being a good thing for me and it was helping me and not hurting me. So the first thing we're going to start with, some of my favorite foods. Well, let's start off with things that the keto you will find in many of the keto recipes. You'll hear these things repeated over and over and over again. Keto is supposed to be, if I got this right, 75%. I want to make sure I say it right. Is it 25% good carbs and 75% fat, but good fat, something to that effect. Don't quote me on that because I haven't talked about it or looked into it lately. Also, I want you to know that I'm not a person that counts macros. I'm not counting the carbs. I have a pretty good basic idea of what I'm eating in total for the day, but I didn't really want to get into numbers and macros and overwhelm myself with numbers because I want it to be a human being. I want it to live normally and as comfortably, but at the same time, keeping in the back of my mind consciously the best choices and what I know I'm supposed to be eating and not eating. But if for some reason a holiday came, like we just had Christmas and Thanksgiving and stuff, if my husband made tamales or pozole, I wasn't going to deny myself that. But I know that I probably would have to skip breakfast and not eat a late dinner, that might be the majority of what I eat for the day. I had to take from something to be able to treat myself to that. But I want it not to be like watching everybody eat and thinking, oh my God, that's my favorite food and I can't even eat it. And it's only once, max twice a year that we make those type of foods, which is pozole and tamales and stuff like that, or Puerto Rican food. And so I was like, okay, if there's a chance where I can treat myself and it's a special holiday and it's not food that we cook on an everyday basis, I'm going to treat myself. But I know where I have to make the changes and where I have to subtract from and all that good stuff. But I don't want to count macros and be so into the very digital detail of carbs and stuff like that because I want it to live normal. I want it to live comfortable. And I knew that would be the only way that I could be strong and stick to it if my mind wasn't constantly calculating. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. It works for some people. And if it works for you and you could do it, I applaud you. I think it's amazing. But it's just, that's not how I wanted to do this diet. That's not how I wanted to live. I have a basic idea of what my limit is and what I'm eating throughout the day and what it totals and stuff like that. But I'm not overwhelming myself or killing myself or numbers running through my head. I wanted to live a normal, happy, peaceful life. And so, but like I said, a lot of people do macros and stuff like that, and I think it's great. I admire them. It just is not for me. So a lot of the foods that you will see, on keto diet, you hear a lot about eating a lot of eggs. I was concerned with the eggs because I have high cholesterol, and eggs are really not good for high cholesterol, so I was concerned with that. So I consulted with my doctor. He said it used to be really bad back in the day that we thought eggs were the worst thing for cholesterol. It's not as bad as nowadays. You still have to be careful, but it's not all that. So you know, no worries. And so I got his support. And so, but you hear a lot of eggs incorporated in almost every recipe, eggs here, eggs there. And so I love eggs, so that was great. You know, you can eat almost every meat out there. You know, they try to get grass-fed or stuff like that, you know, make the best choices in the meat that you eat. But I was happy that I wasn't deprived from meat because I'm Hispanic, I'm Puerto Rican, we grew up on pork meat, we grew up on hamburger meat, we grew up, and so I didn't want to go crazy on it, but I didn't want to like be deprived of it because I know that would be really, really hard for me. So yeah, so eggs is one of the things that you'll hear a lot in the keto diet. Cheese, especially like mozzarella cheese, really a big one. Cream cheese, stuff like that you'll hear a lot in a lot of the recipes for keto. Another thing that you'll hear about is the coconut flour. I got this organic by Great Value. It's just it's a cheap brand, but it's a good brand. It has, I have to put my glasses on to see these numbers. It has 9 grams of carb, but if you subtract the fiber, it subtracts 5, so it's just actually 4 grams of carbs, 4 net grams of carbs. Now, it does have 3 grams of sugar, so you have to be careful on the sugar content. And this is per serving size, which the serving size is 2 tablespoons. So you'll hear a lot about coconut flour. You'll definitely hear about almond flour a lot. I can go through this like crazy. And I get my coconut flour and almond flour at Walmart. This is the super fine blanched natural almonds. And this one has 3 grams of carb. If you take away the 2 for fiber, it's only 1 net carb per serving size, which is 3 tablespoons. It just has 1 gram of sugar. So this is like one of the main ingredients in the keto journey recipe diet. So, and I go through this like crazy, and it's not cheap. I think this is like 14 something, 11 to 14 something. So the keto diet is definitely not a cheap diet, but you know, you can find your way around it where you could get, you know, a cheaper brand, but it works really good. So I recommend just watching a lot of keto YouTubers out there. They give you great feedback, great ideas, where you can buy the stuff, what's the best brand, all that stuff. Another one is the organic ground flaxseed. You'll hear this a lot. I used to put this in my shakes before I even thought of doing the keto diet. If you could get organic, that's the best. So this one is 4 grams of carb, but if you take the fiber, 4 grams, it's 0 grams of carb. So it's really, really good. Another thing you'll hear, which I had never heard of until I did the keto diet, is the whole psyllium husk. It's a soluble fiber. You'll use this in a lot of recipes. This has 8 grams of carb, but if you take the fiber, which is 7 grams, that's only 1 net gram of carb, which is really good. It has a lot of fiber, which that's the one thing I have struggled with on the keto diet is the fiber. I really need to get some Metamucil or something to put fiber back in my body because I've been constipated a lot. I know this is TMI, but it's something that people really need to know. And I've been having to do like a lot of enemas. I know this is TMI, but bear with me here. And that's not good. It's not good to do enemas. So I consulted with my doctor again. I said, I'm having this problem. He goes, yeah, you need to get fiber back in your body, get some type of Metamucil or things that incorporate fiber, but Metamucil type of powder is the best. So that's the negative, and what I have struggled with on the keto diet is fiber. It's getting fiber back into my body. So psyllium husk, I had to find this at what do you call that? A healthy food store that we have here, which is the Co-op. You can also order it online, but you definitely have to have this in your cabinet for the keto diet. Another thing that's in a lot of keto recipes is a Santim Gum. I had never heard of this stuff until I got on the keto diet. It's great for baking, and I'm going to read it here. Santim Gum is made from the outer layer of tiny inactive bacterium called Xanthomus comparatus. I'm probably butchering that. It's an excellent all-purpose thickener for dressings, gravies, and sauces. Its unique blending ability makes it the ideal substitute for gluten and gluten-free baking. So this is one ingredient that you definitely will see in a lot of keto recipes. This has 7 grams of carb. There's no fiber, so it's 7 net grams. But you use Santim Gum. I had a hard time finding this, but you most likely will find it in a health food store or online. As far as sugar, I had to change my sugar. I was, even before the keto diet, really trying to choose healthy sugars. So I was using Stevia before the keto diet. I had heard a lot of good things about Stevia. It's a natural sweetener. It's a calorie-free sweetener. It's from the Stevia leaf. And it has 2 grams of carbs. It doesn't take away the fiber. And it's 0 grams of sugar, so that's not bad. And that's per packet. And you really, with the Stevia, oh my God, 1 packet is enough for either your coffee or your foods or your recipes. Trust me. So Stevia can still stay on your keto diet if you love Stevia and have tried it. So I was doing pretty good on that end. But now that I'm on the keto diet, this was the one that was recommended. And so this is the one I get. I get this at Walmart. It runs like $6.97, $6.98. It's a small packet. This can be one of the pretty expensive products in the keto diet. This has 2 grams of carbs. That's what it becomes net because there's no fiber. So yeah, so this I use for any food that takes sugar. I use this as an organic stevia blend, granular all-purpose sweetener. So this is 0 calories, 0 sugar, 0 glycemic index. So this is the one that I was recommended from a YouTuber who they're totally into the keto diet, very informed, very educated in it. So this is the one I get. Like I said, I get it at Walmart. I believe it's $6.97, $6.98. Don't quote me on that. It's a difference by a penny, but it's definitely that payment range. So this is my favorite. You don't need that much. I use it to make my mason jar ice creams. I use it to all my baking and any food that requires sugar. This is my sugar. And if I run out, then I'll go to the Stevia if that's what I have on hand at that time. Another sweetener is the liquid, no calorie stevia made with the stevia extract. This has 0 grams of carbs, 0 sugar. This is another one that was recommended on the Keto YouTubers website. So I like to carry this. And then I also have the stevia in the raw packets. So what I'll do is I'll keep a few packets in my purse, or I'll keep this in my purse. So when I go to a restaurant, I don't have to use their regular sugar and get myself into trouble. So I'm ready. If I need sugar in whatever I'm drinking, I'll have this in my purse or this. And I'll have 1 bottle at the house as well. So I'm never caught off guard and have to make a bad choice. So for as far as sugar, that's where I go. And so another thing that on keto diet is to switch your milk, not to drink regular milk. They recommend a few different ones, but the ones that they recommended and that I use is the almond milk. I get the unsweetened. See, it's almond milk unsweetened. It only has 30 calories per serving, which the serving is, 1 cup, 240 mLs. And I was doing this milk before the keto diet as well, so I was doing good as far as the milk. I use it for my coffee. I use it for anything that requires milk. I'm not a cereal eater, so I wouldn't put it in my cereal. So yeah, this is the best choice. This is what I drink. Another thing that you'll see on the keto diet is a lot of use of heavy whipping cream. I use this to make my mason jar ice creams. I use this to make my iced coffee. I use this for a lot of stuff. So yeah, so this is another thing you'll see. As far as oil, I'm gonna probably go all over the place here. I try to use this one, which is the extra virgin olive oil. So if I'm frying eggs or scrambling eggs or anything that requires oil, this is my go-to oil. So on the keto diet, I'm trying not to get too ahead of myself. So those are some ideas. Let me also mention for iced coffee. I'm not a normal coffee drinker. It really messes with my heart. It makes my heart feel like it's going to go to my chest, like I need to go to the ER. So I'm not a normal coffee drinker. But there was a time when I found, there was one brand that I really love called Cafe de Vita. I love the French vanilla flavor. That's my only flavor that I love. But now with the keto diet, it does have too much carbs. So I found another one that's called Hill's Brother Cappuccino. So it's like a powder. It's like a hot cocoa or hot chocolate. So it doesn't look like regular coffee at all. It's not like the grounds that you use like Folgers and all that stuff. It's really different, but nevertheless, it's still in the coffee family. It's called cappuccino. There's my French vanilla flavor, but I definitely get the sugar-free. I used to get the regular, but I definitely get the sugar-free. It has 8 grams of carbs, no fiber taken away. It has no sugars, so you do have to tread lightly with it, but it's something that can be keto friendly. And then I found this one. I found the Slimfast, let me turn it around, the keto milkshake. I found it in the coffee flavor, the coffee cappuccino flavor. This is creamy coffee cappuccino. It's the Slimfast Keto Milkshake, so it's keto friendly. This one has 9 grams of carb if you take away 1 from the fiber, so it equals to 8 grams of carb per 2 scoops. I only use 1 scoop, so it would be for me 4 net carbs, which is really good. It only has 1 gram of sugar, erythritol, 3 grams, protein, 8 grams, so forth and so on. I tried this and I was hoping that it wasn't strong like regular coffee because I knew I wouldn't be able to handle it. But no, it actually really could take the place of this. But I know that I could also use this. But if I had to make a choice, I would definitely have to choose this one because this is the more healthier, keto-friendly version. What makes this keto friendly is it does have less carbs and because it's the sugar free. But definitely if I had to choose, it would be this one. This one's at Walmart for $14.99. And I'm going to include some pictures. I'll show you the picture of it right now because I took a picture of it, the end cap and the price of it. So you're going to see that right now. So another thing on the keto diet is you can't eat rice, beans, potatoes, bread, or pasta. You need to stay away from those. Like I said, for Christmas and Thanksgiving, I allowed myself to have a little bit of it, but I definitely don't do it on a regular basis. Do I miss it? Yeah, I do miss it a little bit because like I said, I'm Hispanic. I miss the bread a lot. But I found a substitute that does work for me, and it's this one. It's called the see if because it's almost finished, so it's hard to see. I found it on the internet. It's keto friendly. It's called the Sola. It has 3 grams of net carbs per slice. And so I tried to follow so many YouTubers' recipe on how to make bread, and it did not work. It came out sweet, and I don't want bread to be sweet. Bread should be what it should be, salty. I mean, not over salty, but it should be in the salt kind of family. It shouldn't be sweet. If I want a sweet bread, I'll make a cake or something. And all the recipes, it didn't work out. They were more or less okay, but I was so tired of wasting so many ingredients because it takes so many ingredients to make the bread. And then I wasn't liking it. It wasn't coming out right. It didn't look like bread. It didn't taste like bread. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't the bread that I was familiar with, which I knew wasn't going to be the same because we're talking about a diet. But I found this on the internet and I love it. The only bad negative part is it's very expensive. You get 2 loaves for $23.99. That's a lot. That would mean that it's almost $12 a loaf. That's insane. So if one day I can learn how to make it and it comes out good and more familiar to bread for me, I'm definitely going to do it. But then you think about all the ingredients that you put in it, it might come out to be the same. So, yeah, found this on Amazon. I really liked it. It's not the same as regular bread, but it's pretty darn close. So I highly recommend this. I got the 2 loaves and they're almost gone, so I need to order some more. But I'm trying to find, there was one that the YouTubers talked about that you can only find it at a store called Aldi. We don't have that one here. We don't even have one where our main big shopping stores is, which is an hour away from here. They have it in Mexico and they have it in LA and other places like that. I'm not lucky enough to be close to one. So I'm trying to get one that's a much cheaper deal, but that will give me the same result and taste bud, except I'll show you a picture right now of where it's at on Amazon and how much it cost me. So check this out. Another one of my favorites that I found on Amazon and I continuously order it. I'm kind of getting a little tired of it. I got to give myself a break, some space, probably order another flavor and just get to know other flavors and have more choices. But it's this banana caramel muffin mix. Oh my God. I learned how to make pumpkin flavor muffin mix, and those come out really good. I learned it from YouTubers that have showed me the recipe, and I love that. I learned how to make cheesecake muffins as well. And I love those. I haven't made those in a while. But I found this. I love banana. I love caramel. So I was looking for stuff that I loved and I was familiar with. So I found this on Amazon. It's Keto and Company Banana Caramel Keto Muffin Mix. It has 24 grams of carbs. If you take away the 13, it's 11. Am I counting that right? Let's see here. 24, take away 13, 11 grams of carbs. It has 1 gram of sugar, 10 grams of erythritol. So, and it's 1 muffin per serving, which is 1 muffin. This is so good and so delicious. In fact, I made some last night and I'm going to show you right there. They're so good. I'm going to try to get one out and take a bite. They're so good. It makes 9 muffins, and all you need is the mix, 4 large eggs, 6 tablespoons of butter, which is 3/4 of a stick of butter, melted, and 1/2 teaspoon of cider vinegar. Easy, quick, easy to make. It comes out in 20 to 20. It says here 15 to 20 seconds, but 20 or 25 works for me. It is $9.99. on Amazon, so it's not something you can buy every day unless you want to, but it's definitely something that I like to have around, so I'm in the mood for it. Oh my God, it tastes so good. Wish you could taste through the video. But I find it pretty expensive, $9.99, but I love it, so to me it's worth it. So at least once a month I'll order a couple of them. And so this is the package, just what it looks like, but I'll show you a picture of it being on Amazon. Okay, continue on. So if you're a rice person and you want to substitute for rice, keto diet believes wholeheartedly in cauliflower. You can buy a whole cauliflower yourself and make it. You have to dry it real good and you have to churn it in. I did a rice recipe. It was okay. But then I found this, a YouTuber mentioned this at Dollar Tree. They went to Dollar Tree and found keto-friendly items. This is one of the ones they found. It's a rice veggie, cauliflower, 100% vegetable, low-calorie, gluten-free. It's $1 for this size. This will feed like at least 2 people. So you just steam it. It's really good. This has 4 grams of carbs. If you take away the 2 from fiber, it's actually 2 net grams of carb. Not bad. Per serving size, which is 3.5. I don't know what that is. It's 100 grams. So 3.5 scoops or something. I don't know. Spoons. It doesn't say. But I just bought this. I haven't tried it yet. I heard it's really good. It looks really good. So when I try it, I'll update you and let you know what I think about it. Another thing that I found on the keto diet, I know this is going to be a long video. I wanted to make it short as possible. It's impossible because I'm trying to share so much with you and not leave anything out. I tried to follow a lot of YouTubers' recipes for tortillas. It did not work for me. They came out sweet. A tortilla should not be sweet unless you just purposely want it sweet. I don't want it to taste like a pancake or anything like that. I want tortilla to taste like a tortilla, even if you could tell it's a healthy tortilla, but I don't want it to be sweet. And a lot of the recipes that I followed just didn't work out. It didn't work out. I didn't like the taste. That's not the tortilla that I'm looking for. So I was so happy that I found this in the stores, and then I found a YouTuber that confirmed it, that it was great for keto friendly. And so it's the Mission. It's Carb Balance. It has the blue tag. It says Carb Balance. And it says 4 net carbs, higher fiber, which I need fiber, 70 calories, 0 trans fat, 0 cholesterol, 0 sugar. You see all that information down here. Like I said, it has 19 grams of carbs, but if you take away the 15 in the fiber, that's why it equals to 4 net carbs. No sugars, I was so happy to find this. Again, expensive. You only get 10 tortillas, or 8 actually, just 8. You don't even get 10, my God. $4.99. I find these at Walmart, Food Max. But it, you know, it was worth it because I got that tortilla flavor, that tortilla taste that brought me back to a similar tortilla that I'm used to eating as far as flour. I haven't found the magic corn one because you're not supposed to eat corn on keto diet, but if I find it, I will definitely let you know. So I was so happy to find this. And what I like to do with these is wraps. I'll do wraps, I'll do burritos, and I'll definitely do quesadillas. So in the keto diet, you'll hear a lot about mozzarella cheese, all kinds of cheese, but especially mozzarella cheese. I get the great value. It's a low moisture, part skin, shredded mozzarella cheese. This one comes out to like $6.97, $6.98 as well. I find it in Walmart. It's 2 pounds, which equals 8 cups is total in this bag. It has 2 grams of carb, no fiber taken out, so it's 2 grams of net carb per serving size, which is a 1/4 cup. So I take the 2 tortillas and I sprinkle my cheese on it, flatten it, make my quesadilla, cut it into 4 parts. Oh my God, amazing, amazing, amazing. You'll be using mozzarella cheese in a ton of keto recipes. So make sure this is one of the things that you also have in your cabinet on hand as a regular basis for keto-friendly diet. Another thing that I love as far as dessert, I wanted to make sure that I learned a lot of desserts because when I eat something salty, right afterwards, I kind of like need something sweet. Like I need to go, like when you do icing and heat pads, when you have a sore muscle sore, you have to go 20 minutes of one thing, give it a rest, and 20 minutes of another. I kind of feel that in my food. I've always had that. I used to think I was diabetic, and they keep testing me, and thank God I'm not diabetic. So it's just, I don't know if it was a habit that I developed or for whatever reason my body craves it. But so I wanted to make sure I had quite a lot of dessert recipes, so I have a go-to sweet thing, if that makes any sense. So one of the things, of course, was the muffins. There's a pumpkin. There's so many on YouTube. Go to YouTube. You can find so many easy recipes. Like I said, I did some cheesecake desserts, some muffins. I did the pumpkins. I did the banana caramel. And then I have my mason jar ice cream go-to desserts. And this is what I have here. I have the coffee and I have a butter pecan. This is supposed to be butter pecan because you're supposed to add pecans, but I actually don't add pecans. I add almonds, but I still call it butter pecan. And what you do is you take 1 cup of the heavy whipping cream. And then I take 1 tablespoon of butter. And then I throw in my almonds. And then what else do I add in there? Yeah, that's it. Blend it in my Ninja. And then I put it in this mason jar and put it in the freezer. You could give it a few hours or you could leave it overnight till the next day. This was the next day, so it's ready. I made this last night. It is like so delicious. Oh, you also put in 1 tablespoon of the Swerve, the keto-friendly sugar. And that's it. And I'll try to leave a picture or a detailed description of this recipe, how to make this. Make sure you get these mason jars. You could get this at Walmart or pretty much a lot of stores. I like this size because as you can see, it doesn't fill it up, but it's a pretty good amount. So I'll try to leave that in the description bar, what it takes to make this. Like I said, this is called butter pecan, but I switched the pecans for almonds. This is a coffee flavored mason jar ice cream. I put, I think it's 2 scoops of either, I could do this one or I could do this one, whatever is your favorite coffee. You could do the grounds, the Folgers, whatever is your favorite coffee, as long as it's pretty healthy and keto friendly. Then I put the 1 tablespoon of sugar. I put 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and what else? And of course the 1 cup of heavy whipping cream, which makes the coffee. So I'll try to put as much as I can in the description bar. I'm not good at linking stuff, but I'll just try to put as much information as I can on everything that I'm talking about. Also, you'll see the pictures throughout the video or at the end of the video. So yeah, another thing that I put in the butter pecan mason jar flavor is maple. You put 2 tablespoons of the sugar-free, make sure it's sugar-free maple syrup. You'll see this used in a lot of keto recipes as well, and 1 being that butter pecan or butter almond ice cream flavor. They are delicious, delicious. I like to have a few made. You can make strawberry ones. I haven't made it. You can make vanilla ice cream flavor, all kinds of ice cream flavors. You can order them as well already made if you want, but this is just a cheaper and a faster, easier way to make it at home at your leisure. So, but these are my two favorite flavors that I'm showing you. These are the ones that I made last night. I just put them out the freezer. So yeah, and it's really simple, easy recipes. Another thing you need to have on hand is cream of tartar, especially if you want to make the bread. This is required in some of the recipes. These are the almonds that I'm talking about that I put in the butter pecan or butter almond flavored mason jar ice cream. I put these in. Almonds are really healthy. This has 8 grams. If you take away 4, it has 4 net. And that equals to 1/4 cup if you want to eat them by yourself. This goes in a lot of recipes too, but this one's definitely what I use for my butter pecan / almond ice cream mason jar flavor. Oh, and let me go over the recipes. My God, my blood work. I want to have blood work. I don't understand it all because what happened was I went to my doctor's appointment. We were going to go over my mammogram results, which thank God it came out great. Thank you, Lord. You're so good to me. Because as you may know, I've had a breast cancer scare 2 years ago. They found something in my left breast. It was like if you took the pin and marked it 5 times, that's how small it was. But the concern was that it was in one particular area. It was cluttered together, and that's a concern. They did another mammogram. They saw it again. They ended up having to do a biopsy. It came out great, but then they needed to keep tabs on it. So I had to do 2 more mammograms within that next year, and now I'm on a yearly basis just to keep tabs on it. But this came out good, and we went to talk about my medications, refilling, all that good stuff. And one of the stuff we were supposed to go over was the blood work. And with everything that we were doing, then I got a flu shot that day. We completely forgot the blood work, so I had to go back and get a printout of it. So I can't really translate it because I'm not a doctor, but I wanted to check my cholesterol. The HDL is the good cholesterol. LDL is the bad cholesterol. It says my HDL, which is good cholesterol, is 38, which should be in a range of 50. So that's good. I don't know if it's supposed to be lower or higher. But I guess it's supposed to be 50. I'm at a 38. So don't quote me on this. I still, when I go to my doctor, I'm going to have him go over it and I'll update you on exactly what it means. My LDL, which is bad cholesterol, I guess you can't be higher than 200. I'm at a 151. So that's great. I'm keeping it lowered. And then it has all kinds of fancy words on here. Calcium, I'm supposed to be between 8.6 and 10.4. I'm at a 9.3, so I'm within range. Creatinine, I don't know what that is. I'm at a 0.80. You're supposed to be between a 0.50 and 1.05, so I'm doing good there. Potassium, I'm at a 3.6, which you're supposed to be between a 3.5 and a 5.3, so I'm doing good there. Protein total, I'm at a 6.6. You're supposed to be between a 6.1 and an 8.1, so I'm doing good there. Sodium, I'm at 141. You're supposed to be between 135 and 146, so I'm good there. I don't know, urea, nitrogen, bun, in parentheses, I'm at a 19. You're supposed to be between 7 and 25, so I'm good there. So yeah, so it looks like I'm in range with everything. From what I can see here. Red blood cell count, I'm at a 4.28. You're supposed to be between a 3.80 and a 5.10, so I'm good there. White blood cell count, I'm at a 5.3. You're supposed to be between 3.8 and 10.8, so I'm good there. So all I know is because they tell you what you're supposed to be at and where you're at, and that's how I know that I'm doing good. So I was happy to hear the blood work or see that the blood work came out, but I want to just reconfirm with the doctor since we didn't go over it exactly if I'm translating it right and any other information he can give me. So I'm trying to make sure I didn't forget anything that I wanted to talk to you about. I know this video is long. I'm so sorry. A lot of other things you can eat. I mentioned eggs, bacon, avocados, meat. I don't know what I put here. I don't know what I put there. Broccoli. I have a tea that I didn't bring out here. In fact, let me show you. So the tea that they recommended from a YouTuber who's really good and educated in keto-friendly dieting is tassel. It's a passion fruit. You could eat it hot or make an iced tea. It has, let me see if it shows on here. It doesn't even show, but this is what they recommended, and they go into its caffeine-free, exuberating herbal infusion of hibiscus, orange peel, rose hips, and passion fruit flavors. You can also go to Starbucks, and they can make an ice drink like a Frappuccino that's keto friendly. If you go on YouTube, you can find so many people that will show you what drinks are keto friendly that you can order from Starbucks. A lot of YouTubers will go into different restaurants. What are the choices that you can eat at Popeyes or Denny's or Taco Bell or Kentucky Fried Chicken? They'll tell you you can eat there, but these are the things that you have to order in order to stay keto friendly. So really, go on YouTube and research. You can find out so many recipes, desserts, drinks, everything that's keto friendly and that's healthy and that won't get you out of keto. And if you're at a restaurant, you don't have to feel like you're stuck because they give you ideas on what you can order. You can pretty much go to any restaurant and find something that's keto friendly. And so just watch as many YouTubers as you can. Write it all down, record it, whatever you want. And so when you go to these restaurants or these places, you're not stuck. You know exactly what you can order and what will work for keto. So that YouTube has helped me so much on educating me and teaching me and giving me amazing ideas on what choices I can eat, like when I'm about, what I can eat at home, what I should carry in my basic pantry to stay on keto, on the keto diet. I mean, just so much helpful ideas and information out there. So please watch as much as you can. That's how I get all the help that I can, is just studying, researching, watching as many keto YouTubers as possible. And I've learned so much from them. I've gotten great ideas, and this is just a part. I mean, there's more, just so much more that you can eat and do. This is just what has been my experience, what has worked for me, what I have liked or didn't like. Like I said, the bread, making the bread and doing those recipes was a negative. I didn't like the taste. The tortillas was a negative. So I was glad that I was able to find a bread and a tortilla already made that can keep me in keto. How to eat ice cream, because I loved ice cream. And now I have so many choices to make ice cream really quick, really easy at home, and be able to have a go-to dessert. So many dessert recipes, it's not even funny. Just go there. I mean, you'll be overwhelmed. So just take it one step at a time. Find the stuff that really you think will work for you and that you would really like, your type of flavors and stuff. So I was glad to find this banana caramel, other muffin and cookies and stuff like that as go-to desserts. I'm able to still have some familiar stuff. Like they even have a way you can eat pozole that's healthy. I just ate it regularly. I just treated myself to that. But you can actually make the hominy in a healthier way. You can eat everything of the pozole. It's just the hominy is where you run into problems. And so they teach you a way to make it keto friendly. They make the corn from almond flour. And so if you really want to stick to keto and not even go the regular way, you can still eat pozole and it be keto friendly. They show you how to make tamales. The tamales was a no-no for me. This one lady made it. I don't even want to mention her name. She's really funny and sweet and great. She has amazing ideas, very educated. But she made the tamales and I followed her recipe to the T, and me and my daughter almost threw up. It was just, we couldn't even grasp. Like, the almond flour is good, and it's in the majority of keto-friendly recipes, and you have to have it on hand. But when it comes to salty stuff, I just don't think it works. I don't think it works for me. I can't even get past the smell when something is supposed to be a salty type of food. I think it works great in desserts and sweet stuff, but it just throws me off for salty stuff. But that's just me. If you can handle it, that is so great. I wish I could be like you. But no, we tried to make tamales keto friendly with that almond flour, and it was the worst thing ever. We couldn't even get past the smell. We wasted it. We had to throw it away. I'd rather just allow myself, make the necessary sacrifices and changes throughout the day so that I can allow myself to be treated to a regular tamale. just doesn't work for me. So I'm a human being. I want to be transparent. I want to be honest. I want to be committed to this, and I want to do the best I can. But there are going to be things and moments that I have to make a quick turn and kind of adapt and allow myself to be treated to something, and then I'll know where I can take away in other areas and sacrifice, and where it's comfortable and it's a happy place for me. So I'm hoping that this information was very informative, or I hope that this video was very informative, and then you could draw something from my journey, from my experience. I will keep you updated on how it's all going for me. I'll take you along on this journey with me, and I'll continue to update it. I just wanted to get through this first YouTube video and just you get to know me and know how I started, where I'm at, all that it takes, what has worked and hasn't worked for me, what I like and don't like. I tried to just give you as much information as possible, and that may have made this video long, but I hope you will bear with me. I think the future videos on my keto journey won't be as long. This one was the first one, and I had to share so much, so it's definitely worth being long. And yeah, if I forget anything, I will add in the description bar. Like I'm gonna be adding, if I haven't added the pictures, I'll add them at the end of stuff that I bought, and where I bought it and the price. I also have a list that I got from another YouTuber, the best keto snacks from Walmart. Walmart, a lot of people have Walmart, so it's the general place to go to. So I'll try to list those. I'll also list any other information that I haven't covered or that I said I will list down. I will try to do that. A lot of times I try to list things and it just doesn't let me upload the video. I don't know if it's because it's too much or they prefer me to do links. I'm not really into linking because I'm not really knowledgeable on how to do links. I would have my daughter to do it. Oh, the other thing I want to talk about before I go is when you start a keto diet, you go through what is called a keto flu. Now, don't quote me on that every single person will go through this, but the majority does. It's called a keto flu. It feels just like the flu because your body's in shock. It has been used to eating, and even as much as you try to eat healthy, it was used to eating things that you may have thought it was healthy, but still wasn't really healthy. And so your body is shocked that you have taken, like, I don't drink any sodas, any fruit drinks, no Crystal Light, no, none of that. I have my go-to Starbucks drinks. If I go to Starbucks, I have my iced coffee. If I want something icy and sweet, and I have my tea, my tassel tea, whether I want to make it hot or iced. But I don't eat any fruity, sugary drinks or any sodas or anything like that. Like if I go to a restaurant, let's say Denny, I'll order a glass of water, and then I'll put 1 packet of my tassel tea, and I'll add a Stevia packet, and that'll be my drink. Or I'll just drink water, because water is always good for you. And I'm sure there's so many videos I'm going to do on this journey of things that I'm constantly learning, things that are still working for me that may not work for me anymore, or more things that I've learned or that I've tried. So come on with me with this journey, and just learn from other people. I am a beginner. I am not an expert. There's YouTubers out there that are experts in this, so definitely follow them. But definitely, come back and, just listen to my journey, and maybe you can get great information from it. Maybe you can draw and brainstorm with me what my experience was, and maybe those things that work for me will also work for you. So yeah, the keto flu was like a flu. Like you feel like you're sick, and it lasted maybe a few weeks, couple of weeks to a few weeks. I can't even remember, but your body is shocked because it got rid of all this bad stuff, all this sugary stuff. It's completely eating natural and healthy and clean, that it's like, what the world? And so you actually get sick, but just get yourself through it. Make sure that you have electrolytes going on in your body to recuperate. Make sure you have fiber in your body, all that good stuff. There are videos on how to deal with keto flu, so check those out because they will give you more educated, more informative information than I can. But I went through it, so I can definitely tell you I know how it feels and what my experience was. It was horrible. I felt dizzy. I felt like I wanted to throw up a little bit. I felt like I was drugged up. Even though I've never been on drugs, but like a medication drug, it feels like you're on drugs, like you're dizzy, like you want to throw up, like you like the flu, just like the flu is. So that's something to look out for. There's another thing. There's a beer. You know, you have to be careful with alcohol, but there's a beer called Premier. I'll try to find it and add a picture of it. That if you need to drink a beer, like in the summer, like my husband loves to do barbecues and stuff like that. I used to do the Sagrum drinks and stuff like that. So now if I want just a cold drink to go with it and be in the environment, that's a one good thing. Yes, I'm trying to make sure. The keto diet is supposedly an anti-inflammatory diet, and that's exactly what I need for my back condition, which my back is better. They did 2 epidural blocks plus a radio frequency where they burn my nerves. So my back is doing good right now. It's stabilized. I shouldn't have any problems. New nerves will grow in 2 years, and we'll deal with that at that time. I'm really going through my shoulders has been in pain and really just out of whack. It's just I am just crying. I'm having a hard time sleeping, that kind of stuff. But I got medication that helps a little bit. I tried to ice, heat, until I can get into physical therapy. They've been booked for the holidays, but I had started physical therapy before, and it was working. It was getting me strong. The pain was going away, but they had to halt it because of the back situation. So I know physical therapy would work. So I can't wait to get that started. They've been booked because of the holidays. So knowing that anti-inflammatory is what I need, and that this diet supports that and helps that is just a great thing. So yeah, I'm trying to think of everything I can. My daughter started the diet with me. I'll show you a before and after simple picture of her. She's lost 30 pounds, and so I'm very proud of her. She was really feeling, because she was on a certain type of medication that was a huge weight gainer. She gained a lot of weight, and it was just so frustrating. So she had to halt that medication, not take it anymore. And she started what we call the lazy diet, because we're not on this strict, like I say, macros, but we know the basics and we know how to make the best choices, but we're not like strict. Like there's a strict keto that's out of this world. It works for a lot of people. I think that's great. Wish I could be one of them. I'm not. So there's like 4 different ketos. There's one called lazy keto, and she did that. She wouldn't deprive herself if she was out in a restaurant, but she definitely would try to make better choices. She lost 30 pounds. Yeah. So I'm very proud of her. So we kind of did this together, like my friend and her daughter. And so it's been a really positive experience. It's been a really good experience. It's been a really educational experience. I've learned so much between consulting with my doctor, doing my research, other YouTubers. So I recommend do your like I said, I'm going to go back to the main advice. Consult with your physician before you start this or any other diet, because he knows your health and your case and what you've been through, what you have, what you don't have, what your body can handle and not handle. So he's the #1 person to go to. See if he supports it. My doctor, he had his questions about keto. He wasn't 100% on board, but he saw the results in me, and he goes, Carmen, if it's working for you, go with it. Go full force. I support you 100%. I'm not sold on it 100%. I have my questions, my doubts, but it is a good diet and it works for a lot of people and it's working for you. Go full-fledged. I support you 100%, and we'll just keep, tabs on your health, and we'll know when this is no longer working for you. Hopefully it continues to do so. But we'll keep tabs on your health and, keep it in check and making sure that this is continuing to help you and not hurt you in any way. So that was his main concern, and I appreciate it. I love my doctor. He's an amazing doctor. So yeah, my sister-in-law Audrey is going to be happy that I did this video. She's been waiting for me to do this video. I just visited her not too long ago around Christmas time, and she saw the difference in my weight, and she said, wow, you look really good. I'm so proud of you, all this good stuff. So she was been waiting for me to do this video. So Audrey, I dedicate this video to you. I hope you enjoy it. I hope it's been also very informative. Not that she's thinking of starting it or anything, but she just really wanted to know, my experience and my journey. So that's it for now. Like I said, if I forget anything, if I haven't added the pictures in between, I will definitely add any pictures with information on the ingredients, how much they cost, where to get them. At the end, anything that I forgot to mention, like the best keto snacks at Walmart, I'll put that list down. Anything that I forgot to mention, I will definitely try my hardest to put it in the description bar. So thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. I don't make money off of YouTube. I just do it because it's my passion. It comes from my heart and my soul. It's to document, because I'm a licensed cosmetologist, so I document all things beauty. But majority, I do blogging. I blog about my experiences, my journeys, my life, my family's life, our events, what we celebrate, what we support, everything about me and my family. So yeah, and now I'm sharing my keto journey and experience with all of you. So please, like I said, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Give a video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it or if this in any way has helped you. And come back. Don't forget to put the notification bell, because that's the only way you get heads up on every video that I upload. So again, God bless. And until my next video, take care.